how would you test for a woke church?
You could, so there's all kinds of, like, there's the obvious. Your pastor's a tranny. You're out. They have gender neutral bathrooms. You're out. They're flying a rainbow flag. You're out. There's a Harris Waltz sign in the front yard. You're out. There's a BLM flag. You're out. They recognize people's pronouns. You're out. Yeah, those are the obvious. The other things you can look for are like Bible translations.
Mhm.
So there's one garbage translation called the New Revised Standard Version that a lot of the liberal apostate churches use, and they intentionally remove the fatherly son language for God.
Mm.
So if your pastor's preaching out of the New Revised Standard Version, just to quote that old metal song, "Run to the hills, run for your life." If as well you're hearing a lot about social justice, but not cosmic justice. Cosmic justice is how we've sinned against a holy and righteous God, and Jesus died in our place for our sins. If you're not hearing about cosmic justice, but just social justice, that should be a flag. As well, yeah, I would look at who they put in leadership. And I mean, if you're in a church that has, some people with very questionable marriages, sexualities, gender personifications, you've got to wonder, like, is this healthy at the top? I would also look at the social media of the senior leader and their spouse. What are they liking and reposting? If everything is pro-Palestine and garbage like that, like, run for your life. And I always say, like, when it comes to ministry, your wife can't qualify you, but she can disqualify you. Like, sometimes you'll look at a pastor and you're like, oh, he's good. And then you click over at his wife and you're like, oh, she's supporting abortion causes or Palestinian causes. You're like, okay, there's something really off in that home. And if ministry starts at home, he shouldn't be doing ministry because he's not doing it there.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, you get a good church that's in a bad denomination, and the denomination just slides, and that puts the church in a really hard place. And that's a lot of your mainline denominations right now. They're apostate, but sometimes there's still a decent pastor in the denomination, but he's really being stretched between his local congregation, which loves the Lord, and the denomination, which is antichrist. I would look at as well. Part of what you can just walk up and ask. Like, I've had people walk. This doesn't happen a lot at Trinity. Nobody walks up and asks, "Who did you vote for?" Like, they'll know.
Drive a Ford.
yeah. I drove a Bronco. But you can just ask things like, are we for or against Israel? Are we for or against abortion? Are we for or against parental authority with children that have mental health disorders? And
it's wild that you would have to, even consider that a church could be pro any of those things.
And many are.
It's disgusting.
Well, and the problem today is not just the woke, but it's the soft woke. And the soft woke churches, they're deceptive because it's not what they say, it's what they don't say. And so for the soft woke churches, those are the very confusing churches, because you're sitting there and your question is like, okay, it doesn't sound completely off, but I'm not sure we're really on. It's very nuanced. It's very unclear. And so to me, clarity is really the mark of courage. If you're not courageous, you can't be clear.
That's really good.